Hello, everyone, and welcome to Standards, Not Force. Welcome to new subscribers and those returning, as well as those coming here for the first time. If it's your first time visiting with us and what's said here piques your interest, I encourage you to go view our first two videos. From there, you'll get a better understanding of what this channel is all about, which is how we save our country, making it better than it's ever been before. Today I'm speaking on agency, the power in you, and they don't want you to use it. Let me start by saying something that sounds obvious, but it isn't. Every single person listening to me right now has agency. Not potential, not permission, not a someday version of yourself. You have agency. And yet most people will go their entire lives without ever using it. Not because they are incapable, not because they are weak, not because they lack intelligence, but because no one ever taught them what agency actually is, or what happens when it's taken away. Agency is the ability to choose and act without waiting to be told it's allowed. That's the definition. And the moment you really understand that, the moment you internalize it, your entire relationship with power changes. Because agency shifts responsibility. It takes it away from institutions, takes it away from leaders, takes it away from systems, and it places it squarely back on you. And that is exactly why it's discouraged. What I want you to understand today is not motivational, it's structural. This video is not about hype, it's about orientation. Because once a person understands agency, they can't be managed the same way ever again. So let's clean up some confusion immediately. Agency is not freedom. Freedom is external. Agency is internal. You can live in a free society and have no agency whatsoever. And you can live inside constraints and still exercise agency every single day. Agency is not permission. If you're waiting for permission, you've already surrendered it. Agency is not rebellion. Rebellion is reactive. Agency is intentional. Agency is not anger. Anger is energy without direction. Agency is direction with or without emotion. And agency is not confidence. Confidence is how you feel. Agency is what you do despite how you feel. Most people misunderstand this. They think agency looks loud. They think it looks dramatic. They think it looks confrontational. It doesn't. True agency is often quiet. It's the internal decision that says, I am responsible for the next move, regardless of circumstances. Here's how you can tell if someone has agency. They don't spend much time explaining themselves. They don't perform outrage. They don't wait for consensus. They decide, then they act, then they adjust. That's it. Nobody is born without agency. It has just been systematically removed. It starts early in life. Schools train compliance long before it trains thinking. You are rewarded for following instructions, not questioning them. You are taught to wait for validation before acting. Over time, you internalize a lesson. Action comes after approval. Then our adulthood reinforces it. Most jobs do not reward initiative, they punish it. They reward predictability. They reward obedience. They reward staying inside the narrow lanes. And then media comes and finishes the job. You are shown problems that feel overwhelming. You are shown villains you cannot touch. You are shown solutions that require someone else's authority. You become a spectator in your own life. Here's the psychological shift that happens next, and this is critical. When action no longer changes outcomes, the mind adapts. It stops trying, not consciously, subtly. People stop asking, what can I do? And start asking, who's going to fix this? That single shift marks the collapse of agency. Let me say this clearly. A human being without agency does not become peaceful. They become anxious. The nervous system was not designed for helplessness. So when people can't act meaningfully, pressure builds. They feel restless. They feel irritated. They feel exhausted, even when they have done nothing physical. This is not fatigue. This is unused agency. It turns into chronic worry, constant distraction, low-grade anger, endless consumption of information with no output. People scroll, they argue, they comment, they vent, but they don't move. This is where many people misunderstand what's happening to them. They think something is wrong with their mood, or their motivation, or their mental health. What's wrong is that their decisions no longer matter. When choice no longer produces consequences, the psyche destabilizes, and that is not an accident. Most people believe agency requires a dramatic act, like quitting a job, confronting authority, blowing up their life. That belief keeps them paralyzed. But the truth is this: agency does not begin with big moves. It begins with clean, contained decisions. One decision, executed fully, without negotiation, Agency is built the same way muscle is built, through repetition, under manageable load. The smallest act done deliberately is more powerful than the loudest act done emotionally. If you're waiting to feel ready, you're misunderstood agency. Agency is not readiness. It is commitment before certainty. This distinction matters more than anything else in this video. Reaction feels powerful. Agency is powerful. Reaction is immediate. Agency is controlled. Reaction seeks validation. Agency doesn't need witnesses. Most people are reactive, not agentic. They respond to stimuli. They mirror emotion. They escalate unintentionally. Agency, by contrast, slows things down. It chooses where energy goes. It chooses when to speak. It chooses when to remain silent. Calm people with agency are deeply unsettling to systems built on control because they can't be provoked. They can't be rushed. They can't be hurted emotionally. If your action requires someone else's approval to succeed, it is not agency yet. True agency is self-contained. If you're feeling pressure right now, good. That's normal. Agency feels uncomfortable at first because it removes excuses. Once you accept agency, there's no one left to blame. And that's the moment most people retreat, because responsibility is heavier than anger, heavier than complaint, heavier than critique, but it's also the only thing that produces movement. This video wasn't meant to energize you. It was meant to orient you. Agency is not loud. It's not performative. It doesn't announce itself. But once it's activated, everything changes. In the next video, we'll be talking about escalation. We're not talking about conflict. We're not talking about chaos. We're talking about implementation. How agency becomes practical. How it stays controlled. How it builds rather than burns. If this made you uncomfortable, that's a signal. It means you're paying attention. As I said at the beginning of this video, you all have agency. It may be buried deep inside you. Please find it. We all are going to need the agency you have to make us complete with compounded agency. That will be our power. In the next video, we make it actionable. Standards, not force. All power to the people. I'll see you on the next video.